Today I want to show you how to effectively use Google Drive. We're going to be looking at it from three different ways. The first way is going to be looking at Google Drive for the web. Then we're going to take a look at installing the app Google Drive for desktop and making sure you understand how everything syncs. And then I want to give you some tips about using Google Drive on your mobile device. Hi, I'm Jamie and welcome to Teachers Tech. Google Drive is probably the app I'm in the most. I'm in it every day, uploading new files and folders, creating new documents, sharing and collaborating with others. It's important for me to be as effective as possible. And that's what I want to show you today. We're going to go through the ins and outs of Google Drive. I'm going to be showing you three different ways to access and manage your Google Drive. I'm using a free Google account here on this tutorial about Google Drive today. And the first way is going to be through your web browser. I'm logged into Chrome into my Google account. If I go up to the app launcher, you'll see that I have Google Drive right here. If you're logged in, you can move these around. So Google Drive is something I use quite a bit. Out of all the Google products, it's probably what I'm in most. And I like to keep it towards the top right here. So you can manage that. So if I go ahead and open up this, I'm in my Google Drive. I'll talk about the layout and what we're seeing down the side panel here in a moment. But the other way I want to show you how to use Google Drive is Google Drive on your desktop. If we go up to the gear right here, it's this right here. Get Drive for desktop. I'm going to download this on my computer and show you how you can sync your files from your computer to Google Drive to make sure that you have that folder backed up all the time and you can access it from any computer. The other way I want to show you how to use this is on your mobile device. And it has some cool features like a scanner built right into it that you can scan documents. So putting these three ways to access Google Drive, you're going to get the most benefits out of. This is the home view of my Google Drive. You can see I have this top one selected. In the home view, you're going to see suggested folders and suggested files. Google Drive uses machine learning algorithms to suggest files and folders based on your recent activity, sharing patterns, and connected calendar events. So that's what you're going to see right here. If I go over here to my drive, this is the layout of how you've created your drive. You create folders in here, upload documents, and this is just like on a computer how you'd have folders and files. When we see computers over here, now I don't have any computers syncing with this yet. This is going to be part of the tutorial when I add the desktop app. Then you're going to see a computer in here and what's syncing. I want to point out when you see these little arrows here, you can expand it. So this shows me all the different folders within my Google Drives and I can quickly access them from this point too. If I go to shared with me, these are different files or folders that will be shared with me from other people. So I can see if I hover over, this is shared by a different account to me that I'm collaborating on. If you want to quickly get to your recent items, if I click on it, you'll see all the different ones that you've just recently opened or worked on in some form here, and it shows the dates here. We have starred items. Starred items, you can add a star to a document, so it's easy access as well. So you can add a star and quickly go get them. We have a spam folder in here. We also have the trash. So anything you delete is going to go into here, but you can always restore too. So if I click on any item, you're going to see I can restore this to my Google Drive or permanently delete forever. But after 30 days, they will be deleted forever anyways. So if I restore this, this will move back to my Google Drive up here. And finally, at the bottom, you can see how much space I'm using on my Google Drive. I'm just using the free Google Drive on this one. Let's go back to my drive here. Let me show you how you can customize your Google Drive experience before we go on. I'm going to go to the settings and just open this up. Here's the start page. Now I have mine set to home. If you want my drive to be your start page, just go ahead and select it. I'm keeping mine at home. If you wanted a dark theme, quickly select this. And we can choose different density. We can choose how we open our PDFs in a new tab or a preview. Uploads, convert uploads to Google Editor format. Offline, depending on if you want to be able to access your recent files offline, you can go ahead and make sure this is on. We have preview cards, sounds, and we can change the language. The other thing I just want to point out is notifications. Do you want to get updates about Google Drive items in your browser or in an email? So you can choose on how you get your notifications. Let's go back and continue the tutorial now. Let's start by adding some files and folders from my computer to Google Drive. So I want to take them from my computer, upload them to the cloud, which is Google Drive. So on the left here, you can see this is just my desktop. I have some different files, some Word, PDFs. I have some videos and pictures inside these and even a PowerPoint. Microsoft products will open in Google Drive. So let's start with this Word file right here. If I just click and hold and drag over and drop, you're going to see it's uploading this. It's very quick because it's a very small file. I can see right here that it's 20 kilobytes with a time, and it was me that uploaded to this. If I want to open it now, I can just simply double click on it, and it will open it up, and it's going to convert the file into Google Docs. I can still see that it's a Word format in here, but everything opened up perfectly in this case. So I have both windows open here. I can close out of it here. I have it located here. So even with a PDF, I can drag and drop it over very quickly, and this is the same file. And I'm going to give you a little tip here. Google Drive can open up PDFs and convert it over into Google Docs. So here it is, the same file as a Google Docs. If I just right click on this and look at all the options that we have, and I'll come back to that, I'm going to go open with Google Docs, and it's going to take a PDF and convert it over into a Google Doc just like this. So it did a conversion there from a PDF, and that's an overlooked thing. Let's close out of this. So I have some different folders in here. I can click and drag a whole folder over at the same time, and you're going to see that it is going to upload this, tells me how much longer it's going to take. So that took a couple minutes. You can see by the check mark that it's done over here. Here's the folder that I just dragged and dropped over. If I open this up, this has some pictures in it, and it will open up the picture. It also has videos in here inside Google Drive. If I open these up, it will play directly from Google Drive. If I just click off on the side here, it will get me back to Google Drive. Notice up top, it shows me what folder I am right now. So this is the media folder. If I click on my drive, I can go back this way as well. Now, another way I can upload, if I go to New over here, notice that we have file upload or folder upload. So I can go and pick a file the same way. So if I can go to my computer, I can drag whatever option I want. Maybe it's a picture, and upload it. I can also do the same thing with a folder. So I just need to go select the folder wherever it lives and pick it and hit upload, and all these will be uploaded to it. So I'm going to hit upload, and that item is going to be inside my Google Drive now. With whatever we upload to Google Drive, we can also download it. So if it's a single file you want to download, maybe you want it back on your computer, you can click on it and you'll see a download option here. We can also right click on any files to get to all these different options. Here's the download one here. So as I download it, it will scan it for viruses, and you're going to see up in the top right hand corner right here, it was into downloads here. So there's the doggy JPEG. If I wanted to, I could open it now. It lives on my computer. I can also download a folder, but a folder with the different files in it, it's going to zip it first and then download it. So if I go to this media file and I wanted it back on my computer, maybe I'm on a different computer at this point when I access it. If I hit download, notice what it's doing right here. It's preparing for download. So it's going to zip it together. And then when it's on your computer, you're going to have to extract it, and then you'll have access to all the files. So you don't have to go through all the time and open up or download each file. You can do them all at once as an extracted file. So if I look at this, it's done right here. If I looked into the folder of this one here, you can see it is zipped. I'm going to right click on it, extract all, hit extract, and then I'm going to have this folder with all the files on it. So that's just about downloading. Besides just uploading files and folders to Google Drive, you'll probably want to create your own and take advantage of all the apps that Google has available for you for free. If I want to create a new folder, I can go up here to New, and you'll see New Folder. I can also just right click over here and I'll get to new folder. So you kind of tend to use both those ways, but I'm going to go new folder and let's just call this demo and we'll just say demo folder just for the purposes of this tutorial. So I'm going to hit create and here it is right here. Notice it's at the bottom. I want to point out you can change these right now. This is in, I can reverse the sort direction. So if I click on it, now it's at the top. I'm going to just go double click and go into this folder and you can see it's open. I haven't put anything into it. If I wanted to, I could upload, but I could create. So I could go new here, or I can right click and I can get to all the same features. Now look at all the things that you can create. If you're not familiar with Google Drive, we can create Google Docs, and if you click on the arrows you can go from from templates or blank documents. Google Sheets like Excel, Google Slides is like PowerPoint, Google Forms, you can collect all this data and track things. And if I go to more, you can even create a Google Sites. I have tutorials on all of these things that I dive deep into and showing you how to use them. And I'll make sure I put them up above in the card and down below in the description. Even with this Google Sites, you can create a fully functional website that can be stored in your Google Drive for free, and you can have your custom domain, and I go through that in that tutorial. But let's go ahead and just start an example one here. So if I click on Google Docs, it's going to open up a Google Docs. Right now it's called Untitled, and I'm not going to do anything fancy with this one. I'm going to go and do demo. Just type demo. Notice there's the star. If I want to star this, and I talked about how to access your star, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And if I go to demo folder, so I'm back inside this folder, here it is called this. So I can just access it at any time. You're going to see now, if I go to recent, it's going to be right at the top because it's my most recent document. If I go to starred, here it is right here as well. At any time, you can unstar these too, but it just gives you quick ways to keep your different documents organized. I'm going to close out of this and just go back to my drive, and we'll go into that same folder here into the demo folder. Collaboration is what makes Google Drive so powerful. You can share your documents or folders with other people and work together on them. So right now I created this folder. If I want to share this with other people to help me write this, I can click on it and notice up top we have share. Just like before, if we right click on this, you're going to see we have share here, and it will get you to the same thing. This is where I can add people to here. So I'm going to add it to a different account. I can make this person an editor or a viewer or a commenter. I'll just leave them as an editor. I can have send a message with this and hit send. This will notify the person with an email. They can open this up and then they'll be able to work with me. As soon as I share this out, notice we have this right here. This shows that this file is shared. The other thing you can do, you can share an entire folder. So if I go, I can even just click on this or right click on this, I get to the share option here. If I go back to my drive, and if I'm just looking at this whole folder, and the reason why you might want to share a whole folder, if you know all the documents that you want that are going to be shared in there with somebody else, if you share the whole folder, any document you put in there will inherit that top level. So this is what I mean. If you share this, I'm going to go and do this the same way. And I'm just going to type in my name again to the different account. I'm going to give the entire folder editor access. So if I hit send now, notice as soon as I hit send, now this symbol is here. This shows that it's shared. So if I go inside the folder now, you saw me share this one before, but if I go and create another document, I'll just create a new Google Docs this time. I'll set create and share, because the reason why it's telling me this is that folder is shared. So anything I put in it will be shared as well. So if you want all the documents shared, share the folder, but if it's only individual ones, share one at a time. So I hit create and share, and then I'll just put demo again here. And you'll see if I go back, as soon as it saves right here, save to drive. If I go back to this, I have this and it automatically shared already. Now we're moving on to organization, and we're going to show you a few different things. First of all, I want to show this up here. Right now I'm in list layout, and this doesn't really do more with organization, but it's just view. If I want to go to grid layout, you're going to see that I can actually see the pictures, the documents with each of these. So it makes it really easy to navigate your Google Drive to quickly find what a file is. I'm just going to go back to list for now. Another way to organize this through here, if we take a look at this, more sorting options. If I go to here, on top, right now it says show folders on top. If I go mixed with files, you'll notice how it starts to organize it. Right now it's based on the alphabetical order here, ascending. And if I want to go to any of these, I can go through last modified. So if I want to go last modified by me, how it will sort through to the different documents. So you have a little bit of sort options here. When it comes to individual folders, you might want them to stand out more. If you right click on them and go to organize, we can choose a color for them. So if I was going to go red for this one, then it becomes easy to just quickly look at. You know you're looking for a certain color. You can change these all to different colors to quickly access them. If we want to move files around, we can do this in a few different ways. If I want to click and hold on with my mouse and drag a file, I can drag it to anywhere. And I can also do this with a folder. So if I click and drag and drop it in, now if I open up practice, you can see that's inside there. You can drag and drop, but you can also right click on, and you're going to see that there is a move. So if I go to move, it's going to ask me where do I want this to move. Again, I'm going to say back to the very first level of my Google Drive. If I just click on this right here and click move, notice it's out of here. I'm just going to go back one level here, and you're going to see that it's back in there. If you want to grab multiple files, if I click on this one, you can see it's highlighted, it's selected. If I hold shift down, it turns blue around. I can go and click down here and it will select them all. I can grab all of them at once and bring them into any folder that I want, and it's going to move to that and pick up all the share options that were there. Let me show you how to use shortcuts in Google Drive. I'm going to go to this demo website folder. This website that I have here that I created with Google Site is actually the one from the tutorial, and it's being hosted here for free with Google Drive, and it has its own custom domain. So I want to leave it in this folder, but I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to go to organize, and then there's shortcuts. So I'm going to go add a shortcut, and in this case, I'm just going to add a shortcut to my drive, and I'm going to go click add. So I'm going to go back to my drive. I'll click on it this way this time. And if I go down at the bottom, you can see that this is the shortcut here. So if I hover over it, it shows me what it is. And this little arrow shows me it's a shortcut. It's not the actual Google site. So if I click on it, it will open it up, but it is just the shortcut to that file. So if you don't want to keep pulling things out of different folders to get quick access to somewhere else, create a shortcut. And just like the files, if I want to add a star to this, if I go to organize, add to star, and this way I can quickly find my different folders that I can go into, because after a while you can have a lot of folders and files in your Google Drive. Now, when that does happen, a great way to search for different things is through the search up top. So if I just click in here where it says search the drive, if I start typing, I'm going to type Pooch House, and you can see it gave me some suggestions right now of all the different ones. I have a Google form. I have some Google Sheets here from the other tutorials that I mentioned. But as I start typing it, it will get closer and closer. But I can also look for different types. So if I knew I was looking for maybe a form, it's just going to give me back the form. So it starts to give me filters. And then I could be looking through certain people too, that if I knew it was shared with me, I can look at it through there. Now, if I go back to the home screen, you'll see that the search is here. So when you first log into Google Drive, you're going to go, if you wanted to quickly look for something, you could be looking from the type, people, modified, or location in here. So do take advantage of the search. Keyboard shortcuts are another way to manage Google Drive effectively. So with this example here, let's say I just click on this file. I'm going to use the shortcut, we'll do Control C for copy. You can see it says item copied to the clipboard. If I go to my demo folder and I'm going to go Control V now. And take a look at this. It created a copy from here. So if I go back to my drive, it's still there here. But if I go to here, and this shows me that it's a copy. Now you could use other shortcuts like Control X. So if I click on this right here and go Control X this time, it's going to cut it from this spot. And if I go to my drive, we'll go to this test one, and I can go Control V. So now it's going to change access because it was in a shared folder, and I'm going to say OK. So now it lives over here. So in one case, I created a copy. One case, I cut it and pasted it in. Now there's a lot more shortcuts. I'm going to go up to the gear up here, and we're going to go to keyboard shortcuts. And I'm not going to go through them all, but you can see how you can navigate through Google Drive very quickly with these. So if you wanted to select all visible items, you could go Control A. And like there's all these different ones that you can go through that will speed up yourself inside Google Drive. Before we move over to Google Drive for desktop, there's a couple other features I want to show you. If I right click on this, notice I can rename any of these. So if I click on it, give it a new name and hit OK, it will change to that name. And this will work with the files as well. If I right click on it and go to folder information, you'll see if you want to find specific details about a file or a folder, you go to details, and it's going to show you where you can manage access, where it's located in it. So if I go now instead to maybe a document here and go to file information, you notice I get a few other options. I can actually lock it as well. So if I lock it, this will prevent anyone from editing or commenting on this one. So if you did want no more changes, go ahead and lock it. If I right click on it and go to file information one more time, if I go to activity, it will show when the activity on this file, or you can do this on the folders as well. Let's go install Google Drive for desktop now. I'm going to go to the settings and click on Get Drive for Desktop. Now it brings me all the way to the bottom, but I'm going to move up a bit and it's right here. Sync your desktop with Drive. I'm going to download for Drive Desktop. You can see it's downloading right now. I'll wait a moment and then I'll go ahead and install it. Now it's already here, so I'm just going to go and run this by double clicking on it, and I can go through the setup. So we'll go yes. And I'm going to choose install. Do you want to add an application shortcut to your desktop? I'll say sure. And I'll say install. Let's go ahead and launch it. I'm going to click get started. We need to sign in. You can see I could also create an account, but I'm going to click sign in with the account that I'm using right here. Here it is. And I'm going to just sign in and close out of this window. If we take a look at the taskbar down below, you can see I have this app open that's installed on my computer now. We also have the Google Drive shortcut over here that was installed when I asked. So what do I want to have backed up? I could simply check this if I wanted to, and anything in my downloads would be uploaded to my Google Drive. Anytime there was changes, it would sync. In this demo, I'm just going to go ahead and add a folder, and you can add multiple folders. So I'm going to go desktop and use this Google Drive demo one, and I'm going to hit select folder. So I have this one now that I've had added. So I have this checked. I'm not going to add any other folders. I'm going to go to the next step. Do I want to back up any pictures or videos to my Google Drive? If I did, I need to select these, or I could add a different folder. I'm not going to in this case. If I go to the next step here, I'm going to open up this Open File Explorer. So this is going to open up my Explorer on my computer here. And take a look at this. I now have Google Drive in here on my computer, and it's showing my drive. If I open up my drive here, it's the same. So I'll move this out of the way. So you can see that I have demo folder here, demo folder over here. It's even showing that it's a shared folder. So if I open up demo folder, all that information is on my computer because it is syncing in between that folder on my computer and the one in Google Drive. So if I go and add something to here, it's going to show up over here, and I'll demo that in a moment. So let's go on to our next step now. I hit open on the last step. Now I want to go to computers. So if I click on computers, here is my computer. If I go into it, here is the folder I connected with my Google Drive for Desktop app. If I go into it, nothing's in it right now. I haven't put anything into it. But here they are. Here it is, that folder on my desktop. I'm going to go ahead and just grab this picture and drop it in here. So it might take a moment. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh this, and you're going to see that file inside here now. So here we go. The file it's refreshed, it's synced. It took the file that I put into this drive right here, or this folder on my desktop, and it's synced with Google Drive. Now, let's say if I go ahead and add something and create something in here, we'll just go ahead and create a new Google Doc here, a blank document, and we'll call this test. And I'm just going to write hello on there, and you can see that it's saving. So what do I want to do now? Well, I'm going to go and open up this Google Drive. So if I go ahead and open this up, here is the test document that I just created from the web-based Google Drive, and it's synced to my computer. So I can go either way, add it to this folder, and it's going to sync to my web-based Google Drive, or create in the web-based Google Drive, and it will sync to my computer. Here's another example about saving, and this could be any app. I just opened up Adobe Acrobat, and let's say I have this PDF. If I go to menu and I'm going to go to save as, so rather than saving it on my desktop, I'm going to choose a different folder. I'm going to go to Google Drive. So I can go to my drive through here, pick a place. So I'll go into test, and I'm just going to save it here. And then I'm going to go back over to my Google Drive, and you can see that it will be synced to online or wherever I want to access it from. If I go to the test folder, here's the file that I just saved from Adobe Acrobat right into my Google Drive on my computer. And now you can see it's synced here. On your mobile device, whether it be an iPhone or Android, you can go to your App Store and go ahead and search for Google Drive and install that on. I already have it installed on my iPhone. So when I open it up, I'm logged into the same account. When you install it and open it up, it will prompt you to log into what account you want. You can have multiple accounts that you can go through as well. So you can see it has all the same information on this. It's all syncing back and forth. And I'm not going to spend much time in here talking about what you can create, just some differences in it. So you notice that I did the scan button. If I click the scan button, I can go ahead, hover over paper, and it will automatically just scan it in. And I could bring in multiple pages. So if I leave for a second and come back again, you should see it go again. And now it's 2. I can save that, and then it makes a quick way you can go ahead and scan items and upload directly to your Google Drive. I could give it a different name. I could choose the location where I want at this time, and then just hit upload, and you can see it goes up. The other things that I want to point out is that you can add directly from your camera. So if you want to do a video or a picture. So if I go and hit the add here, notice that we can take a photo. And this is handy if you want your photos to go directly to Google Drive. If I click on take a photo, there's my keyboard here. So if I reverse it, I'll just smile real quickly and take a picture and use the photo, terrible picture. But I'll hit upload. So you can also do this with video. So if I hit the plus and I hit take photo, I could change it to video and take a video and then do the same thing with upload. So if I just record my keyboard for about 3 seconds, hit stop and use video, and it's going to get uploaded to Google Drive. So quick way to take things from your phone and to bring it into Google Drive. Again, you can access it from any point. So take a look at all the different things that you can create, all the same things that I've mentioned from before that you could do on your computer or on the web base. You can do it on your phone as well. I hope this video tutorial on Google Drive has helped you out and you feel a lot more confident using it, and you'll be a lot more efficient as well. What else do you want to learn about Google Drive or other Google apps? Check out those other videos that I mentioned down below in the description or up above in the card. Thanks for watching this time on Teachers Tech. I'll see you next week with more tech tips and tutorials.